What's up, guys? Your King of Night Vincent Valentine EX Turk, and I'm getting prepared for Comic Con, and so officially I'm kind of on a strict diet, but even then I've made some coffee just to show off my new glowy Kaioken Dragon Ball Z mug. You get these at Hot Topic. Pick it up. I don't know if they have this specific one anymore, but they look cool. They glow up when you put some coffee in it, but I'm only doing this for this sponsorship right here. I'm only talking about the coffee, drink coffee for this sponsorship right here, so. Alright, now let's get ready into the video. Let's talk about the character Prompto, because everybody loves Prompto. Prompto is a beloved character of Final Fantasy 15. Just as much as Cloud, Vincent, Sephiroth, Beatrix is. So let's dive into Prompto's earlier life. We all know in the guidebook, the strategy guidebook, that Prompto's father is Versteal. Now, this is gonna be before Brotherhood, before the Brotherhood anime. So Prompto's not gonna be living with his adopted family at this point. What's gonna happen is Prompto was born to a father named Versteal by some woman, whoever the woman may be, because they didn't put, the mothers in there. It's just like they did with Noctis. Noctis' mother is not around. Of course, they say she died in a world war. But I'm going to predict that somehow Versteal's wife died by some accident. Or he was probably like Hojo, and the only thing they could save was the baby, and the baby was Prompto. So, pretty much kind of like a Sephirotic story, if you really think about it, because you got Hojo, you got another Hojo character, impregnating some woman while also putting weird stuff in her, and in this case putting demons in her to make the perfect MT, and it happened because Prompto was born, but Prompto was deemed a failure, so Versteal got rid of the baby. So what happened to the baby was the baby that is Prompto got picked up by an adopted family, and maybe this could be a reasoning to everything that goes on with Prompto. Such as his low confidence, because somehow he probably knows what happened in his real family. I'm pretty sure his adopted family told him some stuff, because as you see in the anime Brotherhood, Prompto pretty much becomes overweight and overeats hamburgers and comfort food, because that's what fast food really is comfort food at the end of the day, which would explain, and also his confidence issue, which would explain a lot, because I'm pretty sure sometime his adopted family told him everything that happened, and that's somewhat how he would know. Or if he didn't know before, he finds out on episode Prompto, or any time before chapter 11, because Versteal is going to be a big staple on episode Prompto, or should be. I'm not going to say it is. It's more of a should be. Versteal should be a huge staple on episode Prompto, because that's his father. Even if he's just a cutscene. Prompto figures out he's actually half MT and half human. Pretty much half demon and half human. Like I said about the Sephiroth experiment, that's pretty much what he is. He's pretty much much more joy. That's why at the end of the game, after chapter 13, Prompto becomes more serious instead of goofy like he was before. Because, to figure out his life is depressing. Makes me feel sorry for Prompto a lot more. Especially because Prompto's a good character. I don't care what anyone says. Prompto's a really good character. But I do feel bad for him that this is where he comes from. That all this messed up stuff that comes from it. So I'm guessing if he's not told, if he's not told by his adopted parents what happened to him, he probably figures out in between chapter 10 to chapter 13, and probably loses to Versteal. But Versteal tells him what he is. But Versteal plans to experimenting on him a little later. So that's why you see Prompto locked up in a jail cell at the Niflheim Magitech in the Magitech factory. When you find him, and then after you find him, you know, Prompto looks depressed in that one cutscene because he knows now what he is. He knows that he's half MT, which would explain why he knows when the demons are coming. He knows what time and everything they're coming, because, or you know, or the Niflheim Empire. You know, he was even able to sense the energy Ravis had when Ravis was in the form of Ontaria, which made so much sense now, because Verstell wanted to finish off the failed experiment he had. So that's why in episode Prompto he probably lose to Verstell just to be captured to be experimented on later. But yes, Prompto is half empty. Now where he get that scar, it had to be from Verstell. Just like how Gladiolus got his scars from Gilgamesh. You notice there's a scar on Prompto. So now Prompto's not the man, not the goofy, silly, you know, photo-taking millennial character like he used to be in the game. Now he's serious about his life, which I can see why. Because if you see in episode Prompto sheds a tear when he's pointing a gun at somebody. We could concur that somebody was Verstell, his father, and he didn't want to do it because Prompto actually cares about life. You know, Prompto has a good personality. He doesn't want to do all this, but Verstell's a fucked up human person. In fact, some cases Verstell is a lot worse than Idolus. I'd say Verstell equals up to Arden's level of evil. You know. And maybe that's why Idolus picked Verstell as his scientist. Because Prompto has empathy, cares for his friends, cares for life, and all that stuff. But Verstell, his father, is the exact opposite. Verstell's cold, callous, don't even care. You know, he only cared about Ravis. Verstell only cared about Ravis on the convenience of him being his partner. Otherwise, he wouldn't care. And that's why I said before, you know, in chapter 13, before Ravis marches up to Idolus, maybe Ravis is the one who finishes off Verstell. But nonetheless, Prompto's life is completely fucked up because now he knows where he comes from, he knows what he is. And I'll be honest, sometimes it's good not knowing exactly where you come from. Sometimes. Because, well, you might come out of an effed up situation, you know. And it's one of those things. It's kind of like, I don't know, it's kind of like when Luke Skywalker found out Darth Vader is his father. And, you know, I'm making a comparison because it's kind of one of those things, like, you know, it's messed up stuff. And you can't really choose your family. So, that's just how life is. I'm not gonna lie, personally, I have cousins down in Des Moines I'm not really proud of. I'm not gonna say why, but I'm not proud of everything they're doing, but, you know, they are what they are, family. And you really can't control family at the end of the day. Just like how Arden is Noctis's great-great-great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather. And he has to put up with that. That's why I said Final Fantasy 15 is not only a game based on Greek mythology, but it's also based on family problems. Most of Final Fantasy 15 dynamics has mostly family problems. You got the main girl's brother who joined the Niflheim Empire because of a grudge. You got one of the main brothers, the characters that actually originally come from Niflheim, the enemy of his best friend, the prince. You also got the prince, the main character, Noctis. His great-great-great-great-great-great-grandfather's the Niflheim Chancellor and responsible for everything. So pretty much this whole game really focuses on family issues. And you're going to have family issues. There's going to always be that one family member that you wish you never knew. But you know, at the end of the day, you just got to tough it out. But nonetheless, what do you think about this? Like and subscribe, share. Tell me what you think in the comments. Please share this video, like, subscribe, and all that good stuff. So I'm in the Crystal Booth.